Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayath. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 5, Verse 5. Tvam dharmastvam ritam satyam, tvam yagno akhila yagnabhuk, tvam lokapala sarvatma, tvam teja paurusham param. One more verse which can be understood by layman. Tvam dharmas. So, Ambarīṣa Mahārāja is glorifying Sudarshana Chakra. He's saying, you are dharma. Tvam ritam satyam. This is nice. Okay. Ritam means encouraging statements. Mm. You are encouraging statements. You are satyam. You are the truth. From yagnaha, your sacrifice. Akila yagna bhuk. You are the universal enjoyer of yagna. Then you are lokapala. You are the maintainer of the universe. Sarvatma. Sarvatma. Prabhupada has translated it as all pervading. Tvam tejaha paurusham. Paurusham means of Krishna, the Supreme Person of Godhead. You are the Teja, prowess, supreme transcendental prowess in the hands of the Supreme Person of Godhead. You are the original vision. So again, he's adding from previous verse. You are the original vision of the Lord, and therefore you are known as Sudarshana. Everything has been created by your activities, and therefore you are all pervading. Okay. The word Sudarshana means auspicious vision. From Vedic instructions, we understand that this material world is created by the glance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sa aikshata, sa asrujata. The Supreme Personality of Godhead glanced over the Mahat Tattva, or the total material energy, and when it was agitated, everything came into existence. So this, so just by the Lord's glance, material energy was agitated. Of course, this agitated is not our agitated, our agitation. Like we get agitated in our mind. This is not that. Here, agitated means set into motion or made to act, made to do something. And so everything came into existence. Western philosophers sometimes think that the original cause of creation was a chunk that exploded. And if one thinks of this chunk as the total material energy, the Mahat Tattva, one can understand that the chunk was agitated by the glance of the Lord. Okay. Thus, the Lord's glance is the original cause of material creation. So that is why Sudarshana is the cause of creation. Hmm? And I got distracted by this, agitated by the glance of the Lord. Hmm? Uh, hmm. So, Krishna, I don't know whether I should say or not. Hmm. So, Krishna's glance is pleasing. Krishna's glance is full of love, and Krishna's glance also agitates. What type of glance of Krishna agitates? Whom does it agitate? Whom does it agitate? So Krishna's glance agitates the gopis. Now this glance is called sidelong glance. Sidelong glance, meaning not straight glance. It's not seeing straight into the eyes of the gopis. It's a sidelong glance. So Krishna's glance also agitates otherwise. But normally Krishna's glance is very pleasing, soothing, loving, caring. All these attributes are there. But yeah, specifically with gopis, and yeah, in not all situations. In certain circumstances, it agitates them. Distractions. Okay. Namassunabhakhila dharma setave yadharmashila suradhuma ketave त्रैलोक्य गोपाय विशुद्ध वर्चसे मनोजवायाद्भुत कर्मणे गृणे sunabha. What is nabha? Navel. Nabha is navel. So he's saying that you have a sunabha, meaning you have an auspicious hub. Nabha is the hub. Uh, uh, Akila dharma setave. You are the, uh, you can say setu, the bridge. Or you're the upholder of Akila dharma, of all dharma. You're the upholder of all dharma. Adharma, Shila, Asura. You're Dhuma Ketuve. So you are like an inauspicious comet for the irreligious demons. Indeed, you're the maintainer of the three worlds. You're full of transcendental effulgence. You're as quick as the mind, Manajavaya. And you're able to work wonders, Adbhuta Karmane. See, these words we should remember. Krishna is Adbhuta Karmana. Krishna is Adbhuta Karmana. So he does wonderful activities. And Ambarīṣa Mahārāja is saying, Nama Grine. I can simply utter the word Nama, offering all obeisances unto you. The disc of the Lord is called Sudarshana because he does not discriminate between high and low criminals or demons. Durvasa Muni was certainly a powerful Brahmana, but his acts against the pure devotee Maharaja Ambarīṣa were no better than the activities of Asuras. As stated in the Shastras, Dharmam tu Sakshat Bhagavat Pranitam. The word Dharma refers to the orders or laws given by the Supreme Lord. So Dharma is not an option, actually, unfortunately. In today's world, Dharma is seen as an option, but Dharma is the order. The order. One has to follow Dharma. Which is why when Dharma is broken, then it results in sin. Sarvadharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja. Real Dharma is surrender unto the Supreme Lord. Therefore, real Dharma means Bhakti. Actually, in one purport somewhere, Prabhupada says, Sarva Dharman Parityaja means, somewhere in Bhagavad Gita. So he says, giving up all forms of yoga, all forms of transcendence, like path, transcendental path, whatever, yoga, jnana, etc., etc. He says, giving up all of that and simply coming to bhakti, devotional service of the Lord. The Sudarshana Chakra is here addressed as Dharma Setave, the protector of Dharma. Maharaja Ambarīṣa was a truly religious person, and consequently, for his protection, the Sudarshana Chakra was ready to punish even such a strict Brahmana as Durvasa Muni because he had acted like a demon. So in Bhagavatam, we repeatedly see this. Brahmanas doing mistakes. It's very bad. It's fallen state. Brahmanas do that, then it's a fallen state. And Krishna says, Api chetsu duracharo bhajate mam ananya bhag sadhu eva samantavya samyak vyavasito hi saha kshipram bhavati dharmatma. So, even if we are fallen, but kshipram bhavati dharmatma. We have to kshipram, meaning very quickly become dharmatma. Otherwise, there are demons even in the form of brahmanas. Therefore, the Sudarshana Chakra does not discriminate between Brahmana demons and Shudra demons. Anyone against the Supreme Lord and his devotees is called a demon. In the Shastras, we find many Brahmanas and Kshatriyas who acted as demons and have been described as demons. According to the verdict of the Shastras, one has to be understood according to his symptoms. If one is born of a Brahmana father, but his symptoms are demoniac, he is regarded as a demon. The Sudarshana Chakra is always concerned with annihilating the demons. Therefore, he is described as Adharma Shila Asura Dhuma Ketave. Tomorrow I'll ask this. What is the name of Sudarshana? Which indicates that he is the destroyer of all those who do Adharma. Adharma Shila Asura Dhuma Ketave. Those who are not devotees are called Adharma Shila. The Sudarshana Chakra is just like an inauspicious comet for all such demons. Okay. Instruction for demons. Tvattejasa dharmamayena samhritam tamah prakashascha drusho mahatmanam duratyayaste mahima girampate vadrupametat sadasat parabaram. Oh, master of speech. Where is master of speech? I don't know. Girampate. Oh. Okay, oh master of speech, by your effulgence, full of religious principles, the darkness of the world is dissipated and the knowledge of learned persons or great souls is manifested. Indeed, no one can surpass your intelligence, for all things, manifested and unmanifested, gross and subtle, superior and inferior, are but various forms of you that are manifested by your effulgence. Without illumination, nothing can be seen, especially in this material world. The illumination in this world emanates from the effulgence of Sudarshana. Okay. The original vision of the Supreme Person of Godhead. The illuminating principles of the sun, moon, and fire emanate from Sudarshana. Similarly, illumination by knowledge also comes from Sudarshana. Because with the illumination of Sudarshana, one can distinguish one thing from another, the superior from the inferior. Generally, people accept a powerful yogi like Durvasa Muni as wonderfully superior. But if such a person is chased by the Sudarshana Chakra, we can see his real identity and understand how inferior he is because of his dealings with devotees. In a complex verse. Okay. So first is master of speech. So this is also one very important quality for devotees. We have to be master of our speech. By your effulgence, darkness of the world is dissipated. So by the effulgence of the Lord of Sudarshana, ignorance is dissipated. Knowledge of learned persons is manifested. And everything is manifested by the effulgence of Sudarshana. Now again, we should think about this as Sudarshana is the original vision of the Supreme Lord. So everything is manifested by the original vision. We should not think that it is Sudarshana Chakra which is creating this material world. So because it is the original vision of the Lord and the creation happens by that original vision. So everything that is attributed to Sudarshana here is actually attributed to the vision of the Lord. So we should understand this. That is why sometimes Shastra is like very difficult. All indirect references, indirectly things are spoken. Which is why Krishna actually tells in Bhagavatam 11th canto to Arjuna, saying that I like the Vedas because they are indirect. And he says, I like it that way. Why? Because nobody can understand it. Who can understand it? Only devotees can understand the essence of all Vedas. Otherwise, Krishna intentionally has made all the Vedas very cryptic. 100 people can interpret something in 100 different ways. So that's how Vedas are created. Anyway, so a lot of indirections will be there. Yada vishrushtastvam ananjanena vai balam pravishto jitadaityadanam bahudharorvangrishirodharani vrishchan ajasram pradhane virajase. O indefatigable one. I'm sending a message. When you are sent by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to enter among the soldiers of the Daityas and the Danavas, you stay on the battlefield and unendingly separate their arms, bellies, thighs, legs, and heads. Second. O indefatigable one. When you are sent by the Supreme Lord to enter among the soldiers of the Daityas and the Danavas, you stay on the battlefield and unendingly separate their arms, bellies, thighs, legs, and heads. Sudarshana just destroys. Satvam jagatrana khala prahanaye nirupita sarva saho gadabhrita viprasya chasmat kula daiva hetave vidhehi bhadram tad anugraho hinaha. O protector of the universe, you are engaged by the Supreme Lord as his all-powerful weapon in killing the envious enemies. For the benefit of our entire dynasty, kindly favor this poor Brahmana. This will certainly be a favor for all of us. So, Ambarīṣa Mahārāja is so nicely, is saying for the benefit of our entire dynasty. Why Raktiji? For the benefit of our entire dynasty, kindly favor this poor Brahmana. So Ambarīṣa Mahārāja is thinking, saying that, if in case because of him, Durvasa Muni is punished or something, it's not going to benefit. The whole dynasty is going to be affected. So he's saying, for the benefit of our entire dynasty, kindly favor this poor Brahmana. This will certainly be a favor for all of us. And so again, like we were discussing yesterday, Ambarīṣa Mahārāja is not the slightest of envy, anger, nothing against Durvasa. And he's thinking actually his action might actually be bring inauspiciousness to his dynasty, right? So, for the benefit of our entire dynasty, kindly favor this poor Brahmana. This will certainly be a favor for all of us. Yadyasti dattam ishtam va swadharmo va swanushthitah kulam no vipradaivam ched vijo bhavatu vijvaraha. If our family has given charity to the proper persons, if we have performed ritualistic ceremonies and sacrifices, if we have properly carried out our occupational duties, and if we have been guided by learned Brahmanas, I wish in exchange that this Brahmana be freed from the burning caused by the Sudarshana Chakra. Again, some more. So, all piety. So, basically, this is saying that, like piety is lost. One loses piety by doing things which are wrong. So, Ambarīṣa Mahārāja is saying that if we have done any piety, we have given charity, we performed ritualistic ceremonies, we've done sacrifices, if we have properly carried out our occupational duties, if we have been guided by learned Brahmanas, in exchange, I wish that in exchange this Brahmana be freed from the burning cause. So he's saying that in case you are not willing to free him just by without any other reason, then you please free him by taking our piety in exchange, which means that it's so much more precious to not do an act like that. So Ambarīṣa Mahārāja is saying, okay to lose even whatever piety I've created, I have. So this is very important. I mean, this shows the importance of proper behavior. And as a Vaishnava, Ambarīṣa Mahārāja is not thinking that he's in a supreme position. He's thinking that he's just like an ordinary king, and he's doing a mistake by because of him the Brahmana is being ill-treated. So he's in a very humble state of mind, humble position, though he's possibly a great Vaishnava, but he's not thinking that he's a great Vaishnava. And this is very important to understand. That devotees who are actually great Vaishnavas don't think that they are great. And others who are not great think that they are great. So he's saying, in exchange to all our piety that we might have as a family, you please take that, and in return you please free Durvasa Muni. Yadi no Bhagavan Prita Eka Sarva Gunashrayah Sarva Bhutatma Bhavena Dvijo Bhavatu Vijvaraha. If the Supreme Lord, who is one without a second, who is the reservoir of all transcendental qualities, and who is the life and soul of all living entities, is pleased with us, we wish that this Brahmana, Durvasa Muni, be freed from the pain of being burned. Now, first he requested Sudarshana, saying that you please free him. Next he is saying that in return, in exchange to all our piety, you free him. Now he is saying, if the Supreme Lord is pleased, and he is the reservoir of all transcendental qualities, and he is the life and soul of all living entities, if he is pleased with us, then we wish that Durvasa be freed from the pain of being burnt. So first is general request, second is in exchange for punya, third is saying, if the Supreme Lord is pleased, then let this Brahmana be freed from the pain of being burnt. So again, I mean, it just shows the humble position he has taken, and very heart-rending, because it just shows how great Vaishnavas, how what their heart is, So then they don't think of themselves as anything important or anything great. So it's very nice mood to develop. Shri Shukavacha iti samstuvato ragno Vishnu Chakram Sudarshanam Asamyat sarvato vipram pradahad raja yachnaya. Sukadeva Goswami continued, when the king offered prayers to the Sudarshana Chakra and Lord Vishnu, because of his prayers, the Sudarshana Chakra became peaceful and stopped burning the Brahmana known as Durvasa Muni. So, Vaishnava has offered heartfelt prayers. What else can be expected? We don't expect Sudarshana to ignore his prayers. Hmm. Supreme Lord and his devotees, they don't ignore prayers of those dependent on them. So Sudarshana immediately just became pacified, became peaceful. And he stopped burning. Burning means that he stopped running behind, or he was like going behind uh, Durvasa all this time. So then he stopped. He stopped. Um, Samuktostragnitāpena Durvasa swasti mamstatah prashashamsa tam urvishisham yunjana paramashishaha. Durvasa Muni, the greatly powerful mystic, was indeed satisfied when freed from the fire of the Sudarshana Chakra. Thus he praised the qualities of Maharaja Ambarīṣa and offered him the highest benedictions. So though Durvasa Muni was a great mystic, he had so much of yogic power, right? Many people have so much yogic power. They'll say, okay, what do you want? Take it. And then people think, oh, they're God. Now see the position of such yogis. They have all that power, but if they disrespect devotees, then they are doomed to be destroyed. And devotees have all this power, but they don't display anything. When somebody asked Prabhupada saying, Prabhupada, you don't display any siddhis, any powers. Prabhupada said that all mlechas have become devotees. What more power needs to be displayed? So, which cannot be done by mystic siddhis. You cannot make demons into devotees, right? So, devotees have that power, but they don't display it. It's not required. So, anyway, Durvasa was very relieved. So, he praised the qualities of Ambarīṣa. Durvasa uvacha aho anantadasanam mahatvam drushtamadyame kritagasopi yadrajan mangalani samihase. Durvasa Muni said, my dear king, today I have experienced the greatness of devotees of the Supreme Lord. For although I have committed an offense, you prayed for my good fortune. See, we have to remember this always. Devotees are extraordinary. But we should not deal with others, we should not deal with other people, we should not deal with other devotees on the material platform. See, Durvasa Muni is so clearly is saying, I committed an offense, but you prayed for my good fortune. So, for devotees, there are no enemies. There are nobody whom they should dislike or hate. Because devotees don't see others on that platform. And we see the devotee is saying, I don't like dealing with this person, I don't like dealing with that person, I don't like this person, I don't like. Which means that first of all, we are not dealing with some ordinary people, we are dealing with devotees. And even amongst devotees, if we are discriminating openly, of course, discrimination is required, and we can avoid association of neophyte devotees if it is not in line with our devotion. But it doesn't mean that we have to say that. We should not say it explicitly, saying, I don't like this person, I avoid that person. All this is not Vaishnava quality, right? And see, Ambarīṣa is so amazingly, somebody was out there to kill him. He prayed for his good fortune. Can't imagine. Exalted Vaishnavas. Dushkaraha ko anu sadhunam dustyajo va mahatmanam yai sangrihito bhagavan satvatam rishabho harihi. For those who have achieved the Supreme Lord, the Master of the pure devotees, what is impossible to do and what is impossible to give up? Amazing, amazing verse. For those who have achieved the Supreme Lord, what is impossible to do? Nothing. Nothing is impossible to do. Nothing is impossible to give up. Meaning they don't have any attachment to what they have or to achieve something in this material world. So we should remember this. For devotees, there's nothing impossible to do, nor is it impossible to give up something which is not auspicious for us. Yannama shruti matrena puman bhavati nirmalah tasya tirtha pada kimva dasanam avashishyate. Yannama shruti matrena. Yannama shruti matrena, meaning just by hearing the holy name of the Lord, puman bhavati nirmalah. Puman means humans. Bhavati nirmalah, they become pure. One becomes pure simply nama shruti matrena. Simply by hearing the holy name. And that is the reason why we keep saying chant loudly and hear. If you don't hear the holy name, then there is no use. Simply uttering words from our mouth is just one part of the service. But the actual effect will happen only when we hear. So we should chant loud enough for ourselves to hear. Please don't chant in the mind. Chanting in the mind is not going to give us Krishna prema. Chanting in the mind is it becomes like a any mantra chanting. It can give you peace of mind. It can give you all this, but it's not going to give Krishna prema. Somehow I've been telling this. Devotees don't seem to be understanding, and they still chant in the mind. No use chanting in the mind. We need to chant loudly so that we can hear. It's very important. Tasya tirthapada. Tirthapada means at whose lotus feet there are holy places. Kimba tirthapada dasanam. Those who are dasa of the tirthapada, of the Lord at whose feet, lotus feet, all holy places are there. What is impossible? Why? Because simply by hearing Nama Shruti Matrena Pumams Bhavati Nirmalaha. We should remember this. Beautiful. One becomes purified simply by hearing the name. Simply by hearing the name. Rajan Anugrihitoham Vayati Karunatmana Maddagam Prasthata Krutva Pranayanme Bhirakshitaha. O King, overlooking my offenses, you have saved my life. Thus, I am very much obliged to you because you are so merciful. Okay, so we'll stop here. So amazing qualities displayed by Ambarīṣa Mahārāja. And no wonder he was at that platform, because we understand that his life. Savai mana Krishna padara vindayor vachamsi vaikunta gunanu varnane. So, a description of how every moment of his life he was just engaged in devotional activity. By using all his senses in Krishna's service. So, obviously, such devotees are exalted, and he's displaying his supreme, exalted position as a devotee in this episode. Very testing situation, right? And he didn't fail. He succeeded amazingly. So we can all pray at the lotus feet of Ambarīṣa Mahārāja that we also get this faith in the Supreme Lord, and we can also remain fixed in our devotion, in our Vaishnava behavior, very importantly. Unfortunately, devotees focus on sadhana but don't focus on sadachar. Of course, if sadhana is pakka, then sadachar has to automatically happen. But if sadachar is not automatically happening, that means there is something wrong in the sadhana. Then at least externally we should try to fix our sadachar. We can't be like materialists. So amazing lessons from this. Okay, so I'll stop here. If anybody has any questions, comments.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhu.
Yeah, Mother.
I don't know if I should share this on an open platform, but Prabhu, there was a certain medicine to be closed for Guru Maharaj is not, which is not yet come into the market, like the workout has done it.
Okay.
So there were many devotees who were trying to source it, pulling strings, and many who worked behind the scene. None of them have come in forefront and saying, "Maine ye kiya, ya maine wo kiya," because we are working for Guru Maharaj.
Yeah.
And a certain section of devotees. Prabhu, I am sitting in the CM's office and I've got all the updates from there. I know the medicine is got. I know, and probably like so devotees who traveled the night, who have been in Aurangabad, whose tickets have been arranged, who are on the phone till 2 o'clock in the night, who've been pulling strings. None of us have said, no, we've done this, isle mila. And people whom, we were trying to connect with. Prabhu, and remember Sudari, he has told me the medicine is coming, it will come. So this is exactly what people who work, people who are real, they don't want the glories. And the others who, they want, we want the praises, they want to be known, and they've done nothing. So this is exactly like how the Rasamuni and Ambarīṣa Mahārāja behaved. How close you are to your guru, how close you are to the Lord. There's nobody better than yourself to know what exactly you are. And beating around Prabhu, sabko dikhta hai. The cat things, nobody's seeing it, seeing the cat drink milk, but everybody knows where you stand. And Prabhuji, a little when you're reading, there was a little the thing. Amrish Maharaj, like Dhruva, like Prahlad Maharaj, he didn't call for help to the Lord when he was in such a position. Then why did he say, "Take my like he know the God will help him out"? So
Take my
piety or do it? Why did he come to that?
Because Ambarīṣa Mahārāja is not thinking that he's an exalted devotee. He's thinking he's one normal person.
Thank you. No, but that time he's got so much of faith in the Lord. That is why he did not even ask for help.
No. So
he
we
was
should
standing there in a helpless, just folding the hand and remaining. Here, even there he is not. He doesn't know he's an exalted devotee because he never thinks he's one.
Yeah, he never thinks. He never thinks he's an exalted devotee.
But here it's like a bargaining game. Like what we do, ek naariyal le lo ji aur mere ko ye de do. He's saying, take my pie.
No. This is dharma. Okay, so we have to understand this. See, we should not. We should always understand that devotees who are pure. I'm just muting you, Mataji, because there's background. Devotees who are pure, they don't consider themselves pure, and they think that they need to act on the platform of dharma. Right? So they always come down to the platform of dharma, though they are sarva dharma and parityaja, though they are above dharma, but they come down to the platform of dharma to teach all of us what we need to do, right? Or how we need to live. So again, in all cases, it's a generic statement that I make, right? In all cases of pure devotees, normally they very rarely externally act on their exalted platform. Mostly they want to act on the platform of dharma because that's what they want to show to the world. And this is dharma as part of karma rules. There are things like this so that we can give up piety for something, etc. like that. So he's just saying, I'm an ordinary person. So if in case, and here he's also not praying for himself, he's praying for the entire dynasty because he thinks by his actions his dynasty is going to get destroyed. So he's saying, if you have any piety, please help. It's not like I can just ask the Lord because I'm a great devotee. So he's not thinking on that platform. He's just thinking I'm an ordinary person. But yeah, I'm a dharmic person. So I'm saying, okay, my ancestors were all great, pious people. So let me if there's some piety, let me take it. Let's exchange. Let's use that. Because first he directly prayed to Sudarshana. Sudarshana didn't seem to do anything at that point of time. So immediately he says, okay, take our punya. Then also maybe Sudarshana didn't do anything. Then he says, okay, Supreme Lord is pleased with us, then please save him. Then Sudarshana acted. Anyway, I'm speculating because there are no purports for those, but that's what I'm feeling.
So Prabhuji, like many a times even we do the same thing. अच्छा, मैंने कुछ अच्छा किया है. So I mean, if somebody is sick or something or some financial crisis or whatever it is, okay, अच्छा मैंने कुछ अच्छा किया है, so please ये कर दो. So but that's like a bargaining. I mean, we don't say we are. I don't say I'm a devotee also, but many times I have used this sentence. अच्छा भगवान अगर मैंने कुछ अच्छा किया, let him become audit or whatever it is. So that is not
Actually, for us, it
dharma.
is dangerous.
It is not dharma, right? It is,
No.
yes, exactly. Over
For
there
us,
it
it
was
is a bit
dharma.
dangerous. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bit dangerous also because if we lose
Prabhu.
our piety, then we might even slip from devotion. So
Yeah.
we have to be
But
careful.
then yes, Prabhu. But then often like I don't know about others, but often like हम लोग जैसे कोई बच्चा बीमार है ना, like so many times, अच्छा कुछ अच्छा किया है तो परमात्मा प्लीज ये कर. We
Okay.
yes, so this is not right.
Yeah, it's not ideally.
It's not dharma. It is not dharma.
Yeah.
Bargain. Right, Prabhu.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll close. I have to run. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्यो च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय, समवेत गौरव वृंद की जय. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna.